Hello and welcome to a very impromptu review. This is the Dark of the Moon Voyager Megatron. I picked this guy up recently off eBay for a fairly decent price. He's not complete. We'll get the elephant out of the room. He's missing his gun, his cloak, his grill is missing, the black grill, and he kind of got a little battle damage there. But it actually kind of adds character to him with the kind of robot bits in there, kind of looking like mechanical detail. And you can see some really bad stress marks here. This piece doesn't feel like it's going to break, but it looks like it, and these wheels don't like to tab in. So he's got issues. I paid almost next to nothing for this figure. It's a good figure. Even with the broken bits, he is missing a finger on his left hand. But other than that, he is solid, and everything is mostly intact. This gimmick here doesn't really work. We're supposed to be able to swivel it. It does, but it catches. I'm scared it's going to break. But here we can see Megatron in his Mack truck mode, and the front bumpers broke off. Whereas he appeared in Dark of the Moon. And his gun would have filled in the rest of the tanker portion, and then the cloak would have kind of helped cover up this robot detail. I think the gun is absolutely stupid. I hate that MacTech weapon. Weapon. It is absolutely stupid. I've never liked that weapon. I've always thought it was really dumb, so I'm kind of glad I don't have it. Because now I don't have a chunk of a tanker that I have to figure out what to do with. Because it is absolutely stupid. But you can see some rust detail there. He does have some sculpted in kind of dirt and grime. Especially in the wheel hubs. This window's kind of popped out like it's supposed to be. Got the little port there, it's spring loaded, the little clips, more ports down here. I'm probably going to make a custom cloak for him one of these days, but you can see some of the mechanical detailing for the tanker. And it is cool this is fully integrated, so he's like Motor Master from G1, where the trailer and the cab are the robot, not just the cab and then this, which the Legends Class 1, sorry about that. The Cyber Commander, I think it was Cyberverse Commander class. I think it was Cyberverse. Anyways, the smaller one from Dark of the Moon was just the truck. And then you had the two double guns that formed the back tanker. And then you could get one that was the trailer and the truck. But then just the cab was Megatron. The trailer was like a jetpack and a weapons platform. I apologize if you can hear my dog in the background. But yeah. Got the doors there. Not a whole lot to talk about. Got his Decepticon logo on that side. Pretty basic. Not a whole lot of painted detail to them. These Voyagers came from a weird era where sometimes the repaints had more paint than the actual original version. The Optimus Prime Voyager I didn't have. I had the one that was like made out of magma. That one's a pretty good figure. I have him somewhere. I don't know what shape he's in. I don't know if he's complete or not. But I know I do have him. Yeah, so we'll get into transformation. There is a few parts I will do off camera because these hips are ungodly tight and I'm scared they're going to break. But first off, we'll just come back here, split that, pull this piece back, kind of double hinge it up for a second. Do the same on this side. Take the tanker sections. You want to bring them down so they're flush. And this will slide in. I don't know why my camera doesn't like to focus on them. Bring this piece down, it'll form the foot, and then you have this kind of little tab on top and that notch. You'll see it. Got some gunk on the lens, you'll see it. Come on. It focuses till I bring my hands in the frame, and then it doesn't. But yeah, you can see the little tab. You got a little tab there and a slot, and it's kind of hard to finagle it in on this copy. But once you have it in, it does sit pretty securely and fold up. It was the mechanism. Yeah, the mechanisms of the tanker. That will be the toe. So second side, just do this side. Fold it up, get that tab lined up. This figure is definitely from that era when tabs had to be lined up. And then you have his legs done. And what's cool is all of the wheels actually do roll in vehicle mode and in robot mode. These two kind of tuck away. But it's cool that every wheel on this figure is the actual wheel from vehicle mode to robot mode, and they all spin. So I just thought that was kind of cool that everything was integrated, and the vehicle parts you see on him are actually the vehicle parts for the robot mode and vehicle mode, which I hate that Studio Series doesn't do that. I don't know about the Studio Series Megatron. I never wanted that figure. And I'm missing a step here. Rotate the legs around. And that's another thing I loved about Megatron is every other truck transformer, to my knowledge, has the wheels on the outside. Every single one. But Dark of the Moon Megatron had them on the inside. Even the Activator had them on the inside. And the Activator is the only version of this figure I actually owned other than the Burger King toy. But anyways, we'll come up here. Kind of try to dislodge. This panel doesn't like to stay, but I'm not real worried about this one because this one's in good shape. This one is the one that actually tabs in super tight. But as you can see, those stress marks, I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know why it likes to focus on this side, but this side it just doesn't. But yeah, you can see those stress marks, so I don't know how well that's going to last. But once you have that done, just bring that up. And I'm going to come under here, bring what will be his arms up. And I specifically love how there's not a whole lot of complexity to this guy. It's very basic. And it's very movie Dark of the Moon when they really kind of hit that stride, when they weren't complex. Like that Ironhide figure I have, if that one chest piece was not super tight, flawless figure. Not overly complicated, not a whole lot of kibble, not a whole lot of things to deal with. One more step, just take these. This side doesn't really tab in, and it goes out, but this side tabs in going in, but this side doesn't tab in going in. I don't know why. But once you have that done, you just kind of want to come up to the front of the grill, splay that out, bring up half the grill. Now this piece is kind of hard to do, and then just kind of split it, I believe. Bring up the roof. I believe you just split it. I never had this guy as a kid. I've only had him a few days. Yeah, you just split it. Once you get split, you want to make sure to separate the grill piece because it does tab in up here. You want to split it, bring those down. So I've only transformed this guy twice. Bring these down, rotate them. And as I'm rotating him, you'll notice that the fender goes with them, which I love because all of the kibble on the robot is actual vehicle mode kibble. Rotate the top section. Oh, I'm going to move everything out of the way first. You want to bring that up, rotate it around. What are we catching on? I think I'm catching on his thigh. Yep. Okay, so leave the roof flat and then it should rotate around. Oh, I didn't splay the hips out. Okay, so this part is ungodly tight. Alright, so it takes a little bit of effort to get the hips where they need to be. And it scares me, because I'm scared I'm going to break the figure. Then you can rotate the top half. Sorry about that. And then you come up to the chest, fold it down, bring it in, and that does bring up the head. And it does kind of accordion in on itself. At least it's supposed to. There we go. And then accordions in on itself. Come in here, flip out the hands, come up to the chest, splay these apart. On mine, they're kind of tight. And adjust his head. And there you have Dark of the Moon Voyager Megatron. And you can see he ain't got no pointer finger on this side. But the correct hand does have all of its fingers, so I can give him his shotgun from Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. Now, the reason I'm not giving him his shotgun right now is I'm waiting to do that when I review that Optimus, because that... I looked it up. Hasbro said they didn't want to give Megatron the shotgun because of cost reasons, because they wanted to focus on mech tech, which is kind of BS, because he's got the pegs in peg holes in his hand. So obviously this figure was designed first, so they designed this figure first, and I think 2011, 2010, I don't remember when this guy came out. So they designed him first, obviously, and then Optimus was designed later. So they had the shotgun in mind. There's no way they just molded a peg hole there and, oh, we have this peg hole on this older figure, let's make him a shotgun. But anyways, there you have my Dark of the Moon Megatron. Again, missing his cloak, his gun, half that bumper, and there's more to do with the shoulders, but it's kind of pointless without those parts. So we'll get in on the details. The hips and thighs you've already seen, they were in vehicle mode. The legs, pretty nicely detailed. You have his two little toes, a little bit of robot detail there. Kind of got some detailing going up. Got some knee joints in there. They're detailed, which is nice. Torso, typical Megatron, Revenge of the Fallen torso. Arms, not a whole lot of detail on them. Mostly just truck detail. Chest is pretty much the same, minus this white that's exposed now. The head is a bit small. I'm going to bend his knees to get him closer to the camera. But it does have a lot of nice detail. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but if you hold it up to a light, there's a lot of detail on the right side. So it has a ton of detail. It's not as movie accurate, but it tries to be. So yeah, you can see he's kind of blasted open face. And if you hold him in the light, like I said, there's a lot of detail. I don't have a flashlight with me. I was going to, and I didn't. Articulation-wise, this figure is very lacking. Hips can go forward that far because of this kind of piece jutting off. Can go outward only that far. Can go back that far till you can kind of move it out, so you can kind of do higher back kicks. Knees do a little over 90, and feet move down due to transformation, and that's basically it. Does have an upper torso swivel that will do a full 360, as you've seen, because it's for transformation. Shoulders will move up that far, down that far. You do have an upper shoulder rotation. It's not even at a bicep, so he's kind of lacking in that department, but he has two elbows. You have the first elbow that'll do about 90, and you have the second elbow that will do another 90. My autofocus does not like him. So you kind of get some decent poses, and the hands will move for transformation. And head is on a ball joint, but you don't get any tilt. There's no tilt to it. But you can look down that far, can look up that far. Pretty nicely articulated. It's a decent figure. I prefer this one over the Studio Series. I never had the Studio Series. Obviously, I think I said that earlier. But I always wanted this version. I obviously wanted one in better shape, but I couldn't pass up what they wanted for this guy. And they paid more to ship it than I paid for the figure. I got it in 3 days, and I paid $18 for the figure. So, I mean, I'm not going to complain too much. He's missing a finger. This is broken off. He's missing his grill. So, there was one I was looking at that was $32 with $10 shipping that was complete. But no offense, I'm not going to pay that much. I'm going to pay that much. I'll get the Studio Series, which I don't want. I don't like the way the cloak looks on that one. I don't like the chains across the chest, which this one does not have. I know he had him in the movie, but honestly, I don't like the way the Studio Series looks. It looks too boxy to me. It doesn't look good, clunky. It just looks not as good as this one. I understand this one has weird proportion issues. He's got a little pinhead, really super long arms and super long legs. But I love how everything is integrated. And that's something we're definitely missing with Transformers. Even the new Motor Master isn't as fluid as this. I don't even know if the trailer and cab pivot on the new Motor Master. So that's one of the things I miss, is everything on this figure is integrated. I mean, even the wheels on his arms. They don't fold away, they're not kibble, they're functioning wheels. The wheels on the back of his thighs that don't want to pop into place. Integrated. The wheels on his legs, the bottom of his legs. Functional wheels that are integrated in the robot mode. So there's really no vehicle mode kibble on this guy because it is his body. And in vehicle mode, there's no robot mode kibble except for, obviously, you know, the feet. Like, that's the only kibble you get. So this guy is, well, in the robot mode thighs, I'm not going to say are really kibble. because these two plates are not capable, but these bottom ones are. If I had the gun, it would hide it, so I can't fault the figure for that. He suffers from the Beast Wars era, where if you lose the gun, which is a part of the Beast mode, you kind of lose a piece of it, and these are kind of loose. But this is something we're definitely missing. I know Masterpiece and third-party figures, I say Masterpiece somewhat loosely, are fully integrated. Their combiners and stuff are fully integrated. And that's something I feel like Transformers from Hasbro and Takara could really focus on, is integration. Is this guy? Yes, I'm missing his gun and his cloak. Does it affect his transformation? No. Does it affect his vehicle mode? Slightly. But when you look at things like the Combiner Wars, you lose the hand, foot, guns, power of the Primes, you lose the Prime armor. They can't combine. They're not integrated. And it's kind of something I wish we could see more. I mean, this guy is 14, 15 years old. Why haven't we seen any more of this integration? Motor Master is an exception because his feet are the cabs. So obviously he has to be. Except for X-Transbots, which is kind of one of those things I wish they would do more of. This is kind of this was kind of the height of Transformers for me, the domestic side of it. I mean, Power of the Primes was kind of the tail end of when I stopped really hardcore collecting, and for a while. But yeah, Hunt for the Decepticons, Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, those figures had character, they had class to them, they had style, they were engineered well. He's a movie figure that when you transform him, you don't want to rip your hair out. I don't know if you've ever transformed the old, like, first and second movie leader class figures. Some of those figures wanted to make you rip your hair out. These don't. And it looks good. Not in scale. The scale is all over the place. I think the Cyberfire Bumblebee I have is almost the same height as him. But enough rambling on, because this video is my longest one at 16 minutes. I will catch you folks next time, and tell me what you think of this figure. Which one do you prefer? Studio Series, this one, or Cyberverse? I think it is Cyberverse version. Cyber Battalion, whatever it was. But let me know. And let me know what your favorite movie figure is from the first 3 trilogy, and I will catch you folks next time.